What's up, y'all? I'm going to give you guys a step-by-step guide into how to use Serato DJ Pro. This is going to be kind of a full tutorial. It's going to be a little bit quick, but I'm really just going to get to all the things that you need to know if you're a beginner DJ to start DJing right away. So you can load the program and you're going to be ready to start playing. And if you stay till the end, I'm actually going to give you guys a demonstration on how to do your first Beatmatch mix. So you're going to want to stay till the end. And let's jump right into the video. This is Serato DJ Pro, step-by-step, rapid fire. Let's go. All right, so this is Serato DJ Pro. Once you load it up, you're not going to see anything here. It's going to be empty, but this is just music. These are all my crates that I have here, and that's where we're going to want to start. We're going to want to start with our crates and how to load music. So you're just going to come here, set up your very first crate. I like to really break up my crates into different styles and different kinds of music. I don't have my actual DJ drive loaded in, or you would see all of my crate structure. Go check out one of my other crate videos, and I will make a new crate video shortly. But for this video, we're just going to start off with a brand new crate. We're going to call this just brand new. Like, this is our very first time into Serato. We've never rocked Serato before. This is our first time loading it. So this is what it would look like for you. You wouldn't have any of this, just all blank, right? So the first thing we need to do is find our music. Like, where do you keep your music? And then for me, I'm just gonna come here, I'm gonna go to my storage one, new, and this is where all my brand new music is. I just I take all the music out there, I grab it all, I load it up together. Just click on here and drag. The only problem with using Serato itself is that it kind of like puts these folders inside of that. I don't know if there's a way to sort this by name. So the way that I actually do this is I have a shortcut on my desktop. Right here on the bottom, new, I load that up. And then right here, you're going to see it's all kind of... here are all the MP3s. So these are all my brand new music. And the way that I would load this, I'll just click and drag it and bring it in. But again, it's the exact same way in here. It's just you're gonna have like these folders here in the way, so you could just click and drag here as well. And then boom, you've got all of your music loaded in here. The next super important thing that so many people, they don't know about, but there's this button right here called Analyze Files. Do not mess up this step. Anytime you bring in new music, I'll actually show you some new music. Let's just go here, music, rhythms. I'm just gonna load this. It's never been loaded before. So you wanna come here and you're gonna hit Analyze Files. What this is doing right now is checking your files to make sure none of them are corrupted or they're good to play, they're loaded. It's gonna pull out your BPM. Sometimes it'll pull your key. I don't know why it didn't pull any key information. Oh, that's why. So now it's just going back through setting all of the keys. I actually use mixed in key for this myself, but you can use Serato. Mixed in key is just going to give you a little bit better of a key, but like, I don't think it matters that much. Right now it's just going through retagging everything, and then depending how fast your computer is, you're going to have a bunch of these. My computer used to be fast. Now these days, I definitely have to build a new computer in the very near term. All right, so once you've got your music loaded, you can close out of that. You don't really need that anymore. A good tab that you should know about is this prepare tab here. At home, I don't know if this is something you really need to know about, but when I'm live in the club, this is a tab that I love. It's like whenever you see a track that you're like, yeah, I need to play this, but now isn't the time, you can just drag it up here. And then you're ready to go, so that whenever you're ready to play it, boom, you load it, and then it actually removes itself as well. So it's so cool. I'm a big fan of the prepare tab. You know what they say, proper preparation prevents poor performance. Boom. Next up, I'll just talk about this right here. This is Serato Play. So this is a paid plugin. You're probably not going to have this off the hop, but it is allowing me to like actually sit in here and play and mix within Serato. So it's a pretty cool plugin. They were offering it for like $1 during COVID. I don't know if this is something you really need right now. If you are trying to become a DJ and you want to be practicing, I would always recommend to be practicing with your gear. But if you ever need to, like, this is awesome. If you're on a plane and you need to kind of prep some sets for the trip, like, it's awesome. I've definitely ran through full sets on a plane before. So I'm a big fan. I like it, but I wouldn't spend, it just depends how much you got to spend on it. It's good to have, not that important though. And then here you've got your Serato Flip recording panel. So I'm just gonna do a dedicated video on Serato Flip, but for this, you can make like custom edits and stuff all using one track. So you can make like a 4-bar intro edit, 8-bar intro edit. You can make a bunch of different edits using only one file. So I guess if you have like a MacBook or something and you keep your music on the internal, that's like a game changer, because now you're not using up space. You're just making like extra data within that file. But I don't personally use flips at all. I use an external hard drive, so I just load up my hard drive with a million duplicates. Like, it is what it is. The next thing that you need to know about is the sampler right here. My son's favorite thing to do is, just sit here and just over and over and over hit this button. And that's what a lot of DJs actually do, and they kind of overdo it. So learning how to use a sampler is very crucial. I'm gonna show you how to enable this button, but since we're already here, this works the exact same way as loading music. So you need to get sound effects, obviously, but from there you just click and drag in here. Let's actually load like a real sound effect. Maybe here's a sound effect here. Let's put a whoosh in here. Simple as that. You just take a sound effect, drop it in here. If you guys need free sound effects, I'm going to put the first link in the description to a free pack of sound effects that you guys can have. But pretty well, we all know what a sampler does. Don't overdo it. Like, if you're at home by yourself, you knock yourself out. But there is a time and a place to use sound effects. You don't want to like overdo it. You don't want to hit them over and over again like my son would do, because your audience is going to get bored at some point. But other than that, like, it's pretty cool. Have fun with it. Next up, you just got your effects. So it depends if you have built-in effects or you're using Serato effects. If you're using Serato effects, these are killer. That's going to be like any mid-tier controller. If you have like a top-tier controller, like I have the Rev 7, I have my own onboard effects on the actual controller, so I would be using those as opposed to using Serato effects. But either way, mess around with it, play around with it. And then you just got record. I don't think this is in Serato Lite, unfortunately. It's just like a few very basic things in Serato Lite that they don't have, which is annoying, but either way, it's fine, not a big deal. That should take care of all of the plugins. All your plugins are going to be up here, and I will touch on the sampler once we get into the settings. But for right now, I want to stay in this window. Up here, you're just going to have your quantize button. So if you're learning how to mix, Beatmatch, and you're using the sync button, it is good to have this. This is going to also, like, you'll see right here, if I try and put a hot cue, which is my next thing I'm going to talk about. If I try and put a hot cue here, right here, you'll see that the beat starts here. So what quantize is going to do is it's actually going to drop it back there, right? Because that's actually where it's supposed to be, not where it is, because the beat grid is a little broken right now, but that's where Serato thinks it is. So like, I'll do the same thing over here. Like, if I was trying to drop this hot cue and I wanted it to be at the second bar, it's going to do it for me because I have this quantize on. If you're not familiar with this, quantize is good to have, like, as a beginner. So it's just going to kind of teach you like how things work and how they're supposed to be. So I dropped another one and you'll notice it jumped over here. So quantize is just going to snap it to the grid is what they call it. But yeah, the next thing up is just your hot cues. As you've seen, I've been dropping them. These are just like wherever you want it. Usually you want it at like the start of your track. So my first hot cue I would ever put on, and I'm gonna have to turn off quantize, but I will put it here. So there is one of my downbeats. One of your other downbeats is over here, but I'm gonna bring it all the way till like the song starts. What we're always looking for is the downbeat in a track, and reggae is a good way to teach you that, or like a track like Justin Timberlake's Sexy Back. This is something that really messes people up when they're trying to learn how to beat match, is that they don't understand what a downbeat is. They just think like, as this one had, the first sound is your downbeat, like the one. That's actually completely incorrect. That's not the one. Our one is gonna be like bum, 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 bum. So I'm gonna keep pushing it up. We're not there yet. So that is our start of the song. Like, this is where my one would go because the song starts here. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 2, 3, 4. 3, 2, 3, 4. Like if I started counting way back here with a 1, it's gonna sound like a train wreck. 1 2 3 4 1 2 3. Like I don't even actually know what I'm counting at that point. So the biggest hack that I can give you guys right now, like this thing is the golden key, the game changer, is learn what the downbeat is. It's gonna change everything for you. So you learn that, you're gonna learn a lot of things. Big hack right there. And then from there, you just got your stems here. If you don't know what stems are, it's the ability to like make an instrumental on the fly. You can like just use the bass line. Add the medley back in.
I put out the brightness of your line. I keep one.
Stems are incredible. Like there's so many different things that you can do on that. I have a bunch of videos on stems, so make sure you go check one of those out. Next up, this is your flip. So when you were recording the flip over here, this is where you would save it, and then like this is where you'd be loading, like I want my 4-bar flip, I want this flip, I want you to delete the hype intro, whatever one it is, you're gonna pick it and you're gonna load it here. And then the last one is just save loops. Because loops are so built into the controllers now, like I haven't really used the save loop in probably like 12 years, but if that is something you want, it's there for you. And then as I said, like this is your loops right here. Like you can just set a 2-bar or 2-beat, 4-beat, 8-beat, 16-beat. And actually if we go back to our downbeat, what you're gonna see here is, oh, it is there. Let's put that. Let's throw a 4-beat loop on it. 1 2 3 4 2 3 3 4 3 2 3 4. So you've actually got a perfect loop right here, but Serato itself like has got it wrong because it dropped the downbeat in the wrong place. So it's looking like it's just off by 2 beats. But sometimes Serato does get it wrong. You do have to go through editing your beat grid. That'll be a different video, not for this video, because not really relevant right now. I just want to get you guys up, running, and going. And from there, that should be about it. Like this is your window, shows you your BPM, time left, all that stuff. If you have a key on there, that'll be there. You can pitch bend within Serato as well. But once you have your controller hooked in, like all of these things are mini maps. So as you do that on your controller, it's going to do that here. I would always recommend using your controller first. Get a controller if you don't have one. So game changing. Any controller these days, the worst controller that exists, the worst herc pad that's out there, is still 100 times better than anything that I practiced on when I came up. And last but not least, you got your day mode, night mode. That's all here. Horizontal, vertical. I like to DJ in vertical mode, but because of YouTube, I keep it on horizontal at home just so that you guys can kind of get a bigger view. But I'm a fan of vertical. Again, it does not matter at all what you use. Doesn't matter what program you use. Pretty well, what I'm teaching you is going to work across any DJ program, anything that exists, because DJing at its core is all the same thing. Different programs are going to have different features and functions, but literally it does not matter what you use, what controller you use, what program you use, it's all the same thing. So don't get that twisted. My last video, there was a lot of comments of people getting upset because I made fun of virtual DJ, but that's only because the virtual DJ guys come in and talk shit on my videos when it's about Serato. Like, why are you even watching this video? If you only care about virtual DJ, why are you watching a video about Serato? I don't get it, but you know, people are weird. And something I forgot, pitch and time, such a game changer. If you're practicing scratching, you do not want to have pitch and time on, but for every other reason on the planet, you want pitch and time on, just because.
Can you hold it out? Can you do without? Can you hold it out? Can you do without? Can you hold it out? Can you do without?
So what I'm doing here is I'm switching the BPM by literally 13 BPM, going from 74 all the way to 87, and you can't really tell a difference. Let's turn pitch and time off and now listen to what we just did. You're probably gonna want to roll back the video because check this out.
Can you hold it out? Can you do without? Can you hold it out? Can you do without? Can you hold it out? Can you do without? Can you hold it out? Can you do without? Can you hold it out? Can you do without? Can you hold it out? Can you do without? Can you hold it out? Can you do
That's
without?
crazy.
Can you hold it out? Can you do without? Can you?
If anyone asks why I use Serato, that's why. That little button right there is the whole reason that for no matter what, I don't care what people talk about, I'm going to use Serato forever because of that little button right there. It's so crazy. All right, boom. So I've showed you how to load music, bring it in, set your keys, analyze the music, show you how to run it. The next thing I'm going to show you is just the settings, and then I'm going to give you guys a little demo mix, stuff that you're going to want to watch for when you're learning how to mix as well. All right, so I'm just going to assume that you guys are beginners, and I'm just going to give you the options that you want to know just to get started. I wouldn't worry about any of this stuff. Enable hot cues 100%. Maybe track end warning just so you can like get freaked out at home. I don't think you need to worry about lock playing deck. You want to make the mistakes that not having that on will create so that you don't do them when you're working live. Show beat jump controls, like when I showed you those loops, the beat jump is right under that. Absolutely crucial. You got to know about the beat jump. Play from start, play from first cue point, instant doubles, turn off effects. You could probably leave that off. This is just going to be another thing that like it's going to remind you that you brought that in and the effects were still on and now it's a train wreck. It's something you need to know and remember about, but like once you get to a level, you can just have it turn it off automatically. So I'll leave that up to you. Analyze, stem, unload. This just comes down to your computer. Like, do you have a fast computer or a slow computer? If you have a fast computer, analyze stems. Like this computer that I'm on right now is recording Serato, OBS, running the music, and it's like 10 years old. So I still run analyze stems on load. You should be okay. There's a lot of guys out there who say they aren't okay. I don't know why. And then you come down here. Simple sync is what I run at all times. Snap to beat grid. I hate to see it, but like if you're just learning, please do not use sync. It's not going to help you. It's training wheels that you're never going to take off. And you're also not going to understand like the process of DJing unless you're like gonna sit here and analyze what sync does when you hit the button. That's kind of the only reason, because then it's gonna kind of teach you and you're looking at the beat grids and you're seeing the markers and like the ones, the twos, and this lines up, and when you click this button it lines it up. If you're gonna do that and really analyze it, then feel free, but in my opinion sync really holds people back, and it's gonna be the reason that your controller just sits there and collects dust instead of you going out there and figuring it out. In like, to learn how to beat match will take you one day. It should take you like an hour at max. Maybe you need a coach. Like I do a lot of one-on-one coaching. Every single person I've ever taught to beat match learns it in one single coaching class. So if you want to just learn how to get set up, get DJing to the point where like you can play around at home properly, book a coaching call with me. I'll teach you in literally 1 hour, no questions asked. If you don't learn it in 1 hour, I will give you your money back, no questions. Other than that, you should be good here. Buffer latency, this is just like how good is your computer. Again, if it's good, you want to keep it as low as possible. If it's not, then you want to keep it high. And you want to get a better computer probably, because it does not take much to run Serato. This is live streaming and stuff, not something I'm gonna get into. I have very dedicated videos on that. Go check them out about live streaming. Library and display, I don't use iTunes. Don't use iTunes. Like whoever you are, do not use iTunes. Custom crate columns it's okay. Like all that is like being able to have different columns here. In each crate. Either if it's unchecked, they're all going to be the exact same, but if it's not checked, they're going to be different. So you can like come here, you can change this one to here, and it's not going to affect this one here. Each one is going to have its independent ability to change columns. I love it. Some people just want the same thing, so that comes down to your preference. Include subcrate tracks. So once you start learning more about crates, I don't think I should get into that. Definitely go check out my next video on crates. It'll be coming soon. EQ'd color waveforms, just another computer thing. You got a fast computer turned on. Color key display, that's just gonna have like for the keys that are here, it's gonna make them a color. I'm a big on using everything to my advantage, so I actually color code music itself. You'll see like this is probably a clean track, and yeah, it'll say right here it's clean because it's green, and then the red is dirty. It's just like a way to categorize things in my brain without using any extra like brain power. It's just like built in. It's just like a hack. Performance pad layout, like you definitely want to have this on. Show key as Camelot. I don't use any streaming services, so I turn that off. High res screen display. Play count, important if you're a pro, not so much. This is really, really important. So if you ever want to practice scratching, you want to have it on fast. Like you want your crossfader to, the second you just touch it, full sound. You don't want it to be like cross fading. Like I know it's called a crossfader, but you do not want that. If you are like, if you're scratching, of course, if you're trying to learn how to scratch, you want this on full, all the way, like full, fast. On some controllers, it'll look like a picnic table. Like whatever you have, you want it to be fast. Effects, these are just like pick your effects. I don't need to because mine are on board, so I don't use those. And then as I said, you're gonna come here, enable sampler. A lot of people miss this right here. You gotta come in, turn it on. So it's just in the end settings over here. Last tab, expansion pack sampler. Click it, boom. Serato playlist, that's okay. You don't need any of this stuff. Enable pitch and time 1000%. Flip, you might have to pay for that. I don't remember. Like, and Serato Play, that is a paid for plugin. I'm not sure about Flip, but either way, you're good. So those are kind of the settings. It's very simple, very minimal. Just to get yourself up and running is very simple. So last but not least, I'm gonna show you guys how to actually now use this to like create a remix or do kind of whatever you want to do, because I'm gonna have to turn off pitch and time because I don't want to get banned from YouTube for this. So let's just pick a track right here. In My Hood, 50 Cent classic. We're gonna slow it right down, 82 BPM, and let's go somewhere so crazy, like riding solo. Like that's not even the same kind of music, but we're just gonna do it. All right, so we're good here. Boom. So there is my downbeat, and you'll see that it actually says 5. That's bar number 5, but in my mind, in my DJ mind, that's actually beat number 1 of 1. And if you don't understand that, you really need to figure out what I'm talking about, because that is the golden key that's going to unlock everything when it comes to DJing. So next up, we're going to hit sync. There we go. So we're going to sync it. They're both down -8% because copyright, I can't really do that. And I guess what I'm going to do here is I'm going to do a stem mix with, first, I'll just do the drums just so you can kind of understand what I'm talking about. This is one of the biggest hacks with stems, is that now you just have drums. Beat matching is beat matching. You're taking 2 beats and matching them up together, right? So that's the whole process. That's everything to do with beat matching. So the way to make that very simple is to just have 2 beats. Like you could use 2 instrumentals again, but like it's up to you. I don't want to fight straws here. I'm just going to make this so simple. So let's check this out. 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 3, 4, 4, 2, 3. Let's go. Let's bring a vocal in just to have some fun here.
Y'all niggas better lay down, yeah, I mean stay down. You get hit with a gay round, your ass ain't gon' make it. You niggas to get laid out, the blood in your brains out. Hey, you on the concrete, really sick, and I'm from Southside, motherfucker. What if gats explode? If you feel like you're on fire, boy, drop and roll.
So as you'll see, like that was a completely good mix, and I can start bringing in like different elements. So let's turn this into a remix right now.
Niggas they heat your ass up, cause they hard to go. Now you could be a locked and low. Party jump, shorty bounce that in. I won't fuck with me a second, I'ma holler, I'ma see what's up. I got my race in my hand, got my pistol in the trunk. Cop your ass up nice, you play me like a ball. Niggas got love for me. I don't go nowhere without my strap in my hood. A little draw, a little head to see it. Nigga just don't know how to act in my hood.
So very simple. Like I'm using a keyboard and a mouse right now. I did have, you can actually pitch bend right here. I tried to click it, but that actually pushed me off too far. So I just wanted to pitch bend it. If you noticed, I did that. If not, don't even worry about it. Very simple, very easy. If you don't know what I did here, please check out the djconnect.com. I got full walkthroughs, one-on-one coaching for you, whatever you guys need to learn how to DJ. I will make you a professional DJ in one session. No questions asked. Let's go, fam.